My Hero Academia, 10 anime characters Shoto Todoroki would be friends with. Shoto Todoroki needs a few friends to support him, and he wants to befriend people who can connect with him on a meaningful level. My Hero Academia's cast of characters is a broad one, with characters of all sorts for viewers to root for and relate to on some level or other. Izuku Midoriya is the star, and many of his classmates are the stars of their own personal arcs. Such as the talented Shoto Todoroki. He's a fan favorite, and for good reason. At first, Shoto was a prickly tsundere, being self-absorbed and reluctant to make friends. But now his hard exterior is giving way. And his friendlier side is emerging at last. Given the chance, Shoto will make friends not just with his classmates at UA, but with characters from many other anime series, too. Ideally, his new friends will have personalities or powers fairly similar to his, or they might be warm and cheerful to contrast well with his own ways. 10. Yuryu Ishida is polite kind bleach. Shoto Todoroki would definitely get a favorable first impression of Yuryu Ishida the Quincy Archer if they ever crossed paths. To begin with, Yuryu is a great student and has a mature and calm personality, to match Shoto's own. And that's not all. Yuryu is also a talented and brave fighter, having the heart of a pro-hero even if he isn't sanctioned by any pro-hero agency. He and Shoto could form a friendly rivalry and get along as classmates just fine. 9. Shikamaru Nara would appreciate Shoto's talents, vice versa Naruto. Shikamaru is a gifted strategist and leader, and he also has the heart of a true hero by any shonen anime standards. He may not have Shoto's or Naruto's raw offensive potential, but not everyone needs it. Shikamaru is an exemplary support character, and he works well with powerhouses like Choji Akimichi. Shikamaru and Shoto would make a great team if they ever met. They would understand each other on a personal level and respect each other a great deal. If Choji weren't around, Shikamaru could easily fit into Team 10. 8. Shoto Asami Sato would understand one another. The Legend of Korra. Asami Sato is a skilled business leader and a true friend in Team Avatar, and she is used to hanging out with people who can control the elements with supernatural gifts. She would greatly appreciate Shoto's bending, and admire his heroic heart equally. Both of these characters are tough, loyal and mature for their age, but that's not all there is to it. Shoto and Asami both know what it's like to have an overbearing and tyrannical father, and they could bond over that, too. 7. Azazel Ameri is generous, dignified, powerful. Welcome to Demon School, Iromakuen. Azazel Ameri has a lot in common with Shoto Todoroki and Tenya Ida, including her leadership position at the Babel's school and her immense natural talent. Her bloodline ability grants her immense strength based on her self-confidence in battle, and like Shoto and Tenya, she only uses her gifts to protect her friends and defend the peace. Shoto would definitely like Ameri's maturity, confidence, dignity and strength as a demon student, and Ameri would return those feelings in full. She'd be amazed that a powerhouse like Shoto is a human rather than a demon. But that won't stop this budding friendship from taking root. 6. Shoto Yuki Soma have something in common. Fruits Basket. Yuki Soma is a major character in Fruits Basket, and his backstory and personality are richly developed. It soon becomes clear that he's practically the Shoto Todoroki of Fruits Basket. Along with his cousin Kyo, but Shoto would rather be friends with Yuki than Kyo. Shoto and Yuki are both high school students who are distinctly popular with the girls, and they are also dignified and responsible people who are quick to fight for what is right. They also both know what it feels like to try and escape their oppressive, baggage-ridden families. Aikido is to Yuki what Endeavor is to Shoto. 5. Futaro Yusuji is responsible heroic at heart, the quintessential quintuplets. Even if Futaro Yusuji doesn't have a quirk or other supernatural gifts, he is still a hero at heart. And the 5 Nakano sisters love him for it. Futaro is a very smart and kind boy who won't abandon anyone in need, and he will take on any challenge or opponent to help the Nakanos get what they need. That's what it means to be a hero, and even Shoto can appreciate that. He wouldn't mind hanging out with Futaro sometimes, and it helps that Futaro is a tough, responsible kid who doesn't lose his cool too easily. The Nakano sisters sure know how to press his buttons, though. 4. Shoto Grey Fullbuster can practice ice attacks together. Fairy Tail. In the original story of Fairy Tail, Grey Fullbuster the wizard was Natsu Dragneel's best friend and rival. And while Grey sometimes loses his nerve, he's certainly more composed than Natsu is. Grey thinks he's pretty cool, and he's not terribly wrong to do so. Grey's confident and friendly personality would mesh fairly well with Shoto's. And the two boys can also practice their ice-based abilities together and see who can prove himself the master of all things ice. Shoto would soon realize how much fun it is to have a proper rival like this. 3. Maki Oz would definitely impress Shoto Fire Force. Maki Oz is a fire soldier, and in this world, fire soldiers are more akin to pro heroes than ordinary firefighters, so she and Shoto would understand each other on a professional level. That's a good start, and Shoto could also hone his fire-based abilities by training a bit with Maki. On top of all that, Shoto would appreciate Maki's tough, professional and friendly demeanor as a heroic fire user. Proving that not all fire wielders are monsters like Endeavor. Maki's balanced and charming personality would no doubt rub off on Shoto over time. 2. Kinro's personality is a lot like Shoto's Dr. Stone. Power-wise, Shoto and the Stone Age warrior Kinro are miles apart, since no one in Ishigami Village has any supernatural gifts such as quirks. But that shouldn't be an issue. Shoto would get a solid first impression of Kinro if they ever met, and compare him favorably to the bratty Jinro. Kinro is a mature and responsible person who guards the bridge to Ishigami Village with his life. And he fought bravely to defend Senku Ishigami's kingdom of science from their enemies, including Tsukasa and his minions. He's a real hero, and a cool guy, too. 1. Miyuki Shirogane works hard to make something of himself. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Miyuki Shirogane is a highly responsible student council president and a terrific student. Since he studies incredibly hard without even having the benefit of private tutors. He commands the respect of his entire school despite his family's humble background, and Shoto would be equally impressed. If there's no fighting to be done, then Shoto would hang out with Miyuki, and learn that Miyuki is working so hard to avoid being limited or defined by his family. Miyuki's father isn't a monster like Endeavor. But Papa Shirogane can't provide much more for his son and daughter at this point, so anything Miyuki gains, he must earn himself. Shoto can appreciate that, and loosely relate to it.